my life and my career, like I want to do things with like-minded people.
Of course.
I don't want to. You know, it's hard with the culture when you try to do a show about the culture that you care so deeply about. I've always tried to carry myself with integrity and make sure the things I do. And if I bring an artist into something, I want them to know they feel safe. Sometimes when you go on a platform and you can't control everything, that's challenging, right? So I bring people into this home and I don't control the edit. That's hard for me as somebody who's always had so much control. So anything I do moving forward, it's like either I can all the way be in control from the beginning to the end, or I don't really want to do it.
To my peoples, everything Rico, Latin Pain Gang, it's the bad guy Chico. Shout to Puerto Rico, and everywhere we go, Boricua's on the set like a big thigh, you know. Shark City Rumble, old Dusty Humble, swinging through your town like I'm George of the jungle. Move like a bundle, shine like the sun do, pop like a gun do, hit 'em with the 1-2, yeah, like mommy said, wah, right across your head. I paid the cost to be boss, and I ain't had the bread. Rick, but that nigga said he talking ish, he think he just plow to the neck, to the chest. And yo, I think he dead. Rico Squad not here for the whack whack. Shouts to the kid that's back, and that's a fact. Paying undefeated, it's where that he cheated, and how his man kick ass. Quadriplegic. This is crazy. Syph 730. That's the whole sector. We do niggas dirty. Emotional damage. Too hard to manage. The half black Latin pancake, the savage. Ha! And that's word to more than I. Havoc, Randall, Randy, and I. It's the Pain King, HJ, Mexico's Big Irvin. All that's reppin' that Rico. Cause everything Rico, my heart, body, and soul, we the people. Rico. And they won't understand. We don't make friends. We only make fam, nigga. Rico. That be the flavor. Love thy neighbor. Slap thy hater. Rico. Wild children of God. And ain't nothing better than my Rico Squad. Rico. Cause everything Rico, my heart, body, and soul, we the people. Rico. And they won't understand. We don't make friends, we only make fam, nigga. Rico. That be the flavor. Love thy neighbor, slap thy hater. Rico. Wild children of God, and they ain't nothing better than my Rico Squad. Rico. Shout out to Slum's son for the few, nigga. Rico. Philly's finest, G Mojica, rather unique, nigga. Rico. Rico Squad, all my niggas up frente. Rico. Taca, taca, ta, taca, ta, Tito Puente. Rico. Rico Squad, all my niggas up frente. Rico. Taca, taca, ta, taca, ta, Tito Puente. Rico. 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 Rico.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Talk Your Ish podcast. I am your host, Talk Your Ish, Jess, queen of the motherfucking Rico Squad and queen of talking her shit. All right, welcome, everybody that's joining us. Salute to the Rico Squad. I see you guys in the chat. Oh, Dusty, Big Irv. We got Havoc in the back somewhere. We got Mr. Cuba del Bronx. What's going on? Cuba, our Hennies. We got the Devil's Advocate in the chat. Gemma, my beautiful, beautiful bucket of peaches. Make sure that you guys are hitting that like button on your way in. And also, make sure that you are sharing the live out so we can get a good amount of people in here because it's going to be a good one. I got a lot of shit to talk about and it's going to be good. All right. So, again, make sure that you guys are hitting that like button and make sure that you guys are sharing the live out to everyone so we can go ahead and get the people that we need to get on up in here. Okay. I know that you guys see the topic, the title. It says, "Hey, yo, Remy Ma, you did bad." But before we go ahead and we get into the whole entire, excuse me, Remy Ma situation, we're going to go ahead and touch bases on just a couple of the celebrity things that have been going on. Please don't nobody ask me anything else about the Diddy case. Diddy a mí me sale hasta las sopas. For those of you who ain't understand what the hell I just said, I mean, don't ask me shit about Diddy. I'm sick of hearing about Diddy. Everything is Diddy, Diddy, Diddy. I'm Diddy'd out. I don't want to hear shit about Diddy, okay? I spoke my spill. I said what I had to say. I stick to my guns. I, me, myself, talking is just personally. I do not consider Cassie Ventura a victim. Okay, I will say this once and for all. I do not consider Cassie Ventura a victim. I think that Cassie Ventura um ended up getting a little big headed. I think that she ended up thinking that, the fame of everything, the glitz, the glam, the partying, the drugs and everything, that was never going to come to an end for her. She had the "I'm the new girlfriend," so I'm the hottest shit in town, you know, kind of attitude. You know how it is when the side piece wants to think that she bigger and badder than the fucking main fucking person, the actual fucking wife. You know what I'm saying? The side piece ends up doing dumb shit. So all evidence has shown Cassie Ventura was down, with the parties, text messages, evidence all in itself. It all points back to Cassie Ventura was a part of this. Me personally, I think that Cassie Ventura and her husband kind of concocted this whole thing. As you guys know, Cassie Ventura's now baby daddy, her husband that she is with now, was one of the personal trainers that used to come to Diddy's home to train her. Okay. And she was sleeping with him along with a million other people that used to walk up in that house. So if you ask me, I think that Cassie Ventura and her husband actually concocted this whole entire situation. I did see that he did post a comment saying how he was, heartbroken after, hearing her testimony and all this bullshit, but she wasn't heartbroken when he was bending her over, backwards and making her bend it like Beckham at the pool, and all this other stuff. And you were rubbing her down with the, baby oil, the Diddy oil, and you were doing recordings for Diddy and all that other shit. So please, again, respectfully, disrespectfully, miss me with the bullshit. Cassie Ventura, her husband, and Diddy, they can all go suck a dick, which they obviously have. Okay? Now, on to the next. Everybody can stop posting, not saying that anybody in the chat or anybody here has done it, but you guys can stop posting talking about that Chris Brown is doing a life sentence in prison. Chris Brown is not doing a life sentence in prison. Chris Brown actually has not even been sentenced yet. Okay? Now, for those of you that don't remember, I did report that Chris Brown was arrested in the UK for having some issues with the UK producer Dwayne after an altercation that happened in 2023. What the hell Chris Brown was doing again in the UK? I have no idea. But last time I checked, which was a couple of hours ago, Chris Brown is not doing no life sentence. So, he is not even in the UK. Okay. He is back in the States and he is out on bail. Okay. And he's living life until, this goes to trial or whatever the case is. So, stop with the slander. Okay. Don't do the slander. Bag of chips, what's going on? Welcome to my channel, beautiful. Now, anybody who is in my chat that I fucks with, if you see that you do not have a wrench, give me a second. I am loading up my computer, and I will be handing out wrenches to those that I see fit. I don't give them out to everybody because I don't fuck with everybody. So if you see that you are not getting one and everybody else is, don't take it to offense, but 90% of the chance, it just means that I don't like you, I don't fuck with you, and you're not going to get one. For those of you who are new to my channel, you guys know I have a very potty mouth. So Titi Moon, I'm so sorry, Titi Moon. I cuss a lot, Titi Moon. So I'm sorry in advance, Titi Moon. We tend to not curse around Titi Moon and stuff like that. But Apologies in advance. I cuss a lot. So yeah, other than that, you guys are gonna see that I don't really hold my tongue for much. Havoc, I know you just fucking heard me say, give me a minute. I'm gonna get to the wrenches, nigga. So why would you type in there that says I need a wrench? Come on, my nigga. So again, to the newcomers who know me, you're gonna get to know me. If you don't, I talk my ish. I tend to say what I have to say. Chewy on the whole set. Um, I tend to say what I want to say, what's on my mind, especially when it comes to celebrity gossip. I don't call it celebrity gossip. I tend to call it celebrity news. I don't do the whole gossip thing. Gossiping is when you kind of tend to report shit that's not factual. The shit that I be reporting is actual factual. I have very reliable resources. So when I tell you it's about to go down like a big bitch on a water slide tonight, it really motherfucking is. Okay, now let's get to my appetizers. You guys know, if you're from my old channel, you know I like to do my shit in courses. So let's go ahead and get to the appetizer. I know Chewy better say what's up to me, or Chewy, we gonna be fighting because I know I just say what's up to Chewy. Okay? No, I'm just joking with y'all. So let's go ahead and get to the appetizer. If you guys remember, I sat there and I reported to you guys that Tory Lanez had been stabbed 14 times and was in ICU. He was taken off of his breathing machine. He was breathing on his own. He was talking, not very, very, very much, but he was speaking few words here and there, and he was in good spirits. Now, if you guys remember, back when Tory Lanez and Megan Thee Stallion started with their BS, I kind of told you that I find it kind of funny how Megan Thee Stallion had a lot of holes in her. It's okay, Chewy. I love you, Chewy. I reported to y'all that Megan Thee Stallion's story was kind of looking like Swiss cheese to me. A lot of her shit was looking like, somebody poked some holes in that story. Okay. Now, it's so ironic how 2 days after Tory Lanez is in the hospital after being poked up because he wanted to think that he was the hardest in the whole motherfucking yard, some Mexicans had to roll up on him. They were, by the way, they were offered money for this, okay? But they had to roll up on him, poke him up a couple of times, and kind of show him, like, when it comes to prison, you're not going to sit there and you're not going to think that you're the hardest in the whole motherfucking yard. We're going to have to show you how this shit, really goes down, okay? Now, here's the thing, okay? Here is the thing. 2 days after Tory was in the hospital, now a story is starting to come out to where Megan Thee Stallion, there's evidence stating that she lied. Megan Thee Stallion lied. Jeez, I wonder where y'all got that from. Okay, now here's another thing. They have given Megan Thee Stallion till Tuesday to turn herself into the authorities. Okay, till Tuesday to turn herself into the authorities. Okay, they have full-blown evidence. Tory Lanez's lawyer has full-blown evidence that Megan Thee Stallion, in fact, lied on her statement and on the stand. Okay, so Megan Thee Stallion has been given till Tuesday to go ahead and report and turn herself in. Coincidence? I think not. If you ask me, this is me personally. I'm gonna say allegedly just for YouTube purposes. Even though I really don't give a fuck. But I honestly think that the person that paid the Mexicans to poke Tory Lanez up and make it look real fucking good was an associate of Tory Lanez himself. I think that they knew that Tory Lanez was innocent and that they were going to get him out one way or another. I think this whole entire situation was fabricated. Okay? I think that this was a setup from the get up. I don't know why in hell Tory Lanez went into prison thinking, okay, that he was the big cheese in the whole entire prison. You a pretty boy from Canada, Papa. Okay? Why would you think that? Why? You know what I'm saying? At no point in time, I'm not understanding why you would think that. I'm not really understanding as to why you thought that it was okay for you to go to prison and think that, you were the toughest thing that there is out there. So they went ahead. Okay, my bad, guys. I had to kind of reset my password because I forgot my password and stuff like that. Um, why would you go? You're from Canada. Why would you go into prison thinking that the money that you have was going to help you? That's not going to do anything. Okay, not now, not then, not ever. Okay, you a pretty boy from Canada, and you went into the prison where you was in there with some dead ass killers. You was in there with some real gangsters. Okay, and you went in there thinking like, okay, I got my money now. Y'all know I told you the first time that when he took that picture, the viral picture from prison that went viral, and he took that photo, a lot of people were going off on him because of that picture. Why? Because in that picture, Tory Lanez didn't look like he was suffering whatsoever. Hacks, what's going on, big bro? He didn't look like he was suffering at all, y'all. Okay? Not one damn bit. So, because of that picture, that's why a lot of people are saying that they think that when Tory Lanez went into prison, he went in there thinking that he ran shit. He went in there thinking that, he had money, so he was going to be able to buy everyone and let everyone know kind of how it went. That it was all going to go his way. They showed him that, sir, in fact, no, that's not how it's going to go. Okay? Not one bit. Not how it's going to go. Okay? Now, again, I find it ironic that 2 days after you get stabbed 14 times, by the way, and I do believe that they said make it believable, but damn, 14 times, I don't think they meant to make it that believable. Okay? But I just find it hilarious how 2 days after you were stabbed and you're in the hospital, now all of a sudden, now you're going to be released from prison. Now they're asking Megan Thee Stallion to turn herself in because of the fact that, like I said in the beginning, she had a lot of holes in her story. Shit didn't make no sense. Here's the kicker. One of the security guards that's actually giving exact details and evidence on this case worked for Megan Thee Stallion. Now, this is why when you become famous, I love you, Chewy. Yes, a false witness. Whole fact, false witness. Okay. Now, here's why I always say that when you become famous, you don't shit on everybody that you have working with you. Okay? Don't do that. Why? Because then you're going to end up in situations like Diddy. Okay? Diddy's in a situation where he's got people that work for him that are snitching on him now. Okay? Why? Because you treated a lot of your workers like shit. So Megan Thee Stallion didn't always treat everyone with the utmost respect. Megan Thee Stallion may look like a sweetheart to a lot, but she's not. Okay? So, with that being said, now you've got the security guard that's sitting there and saying, yeah, sorry, but that whole story was fabricated. Tory Lanez never had a gun. But here's the thing. And you can't really blame Tory Lanez for doing this for the simple fact that Tory Lanez could have been told by his lawyers, listen, take the deal. This is about as good as it's going to get. Just run with it for right now. So Tory Lanez did what? He pleaded guilty. But not only did Tory Lanez plead guilty, Tory Lanez made a statement where he said that he didn't mean to shoot her. He was angry, and he was trying to make her, he was trying to shoot at the floor and stuff like that. My nigga, they told you to plead guilty. They didn't tell you to bury yourself 6 feet under. Okay? You lied on the stand as well. Now, the only thing that I can think of that they're going to end up doing is that they're going to end up turning it into a situation to where they think that Tory Lanez was fearing for his life. Okay? Now, y'all might want to listen to me when I tell y'all some of these things. Why? For instance, when I sat there and I started reporting, the whole entire situation with Diddy, y'all sat there and y'all was like, no, that's not true. That's slander. We don't believe none of that. No, that's not going to happen. No, I can't see it. I don't see none of that happening. Hello? What the fuck you think is going on now? Everything that I fucking said. I told you guys that after Diddy fell, Jay-Z was going to be the next one to fall. Y'all sat there and they was like, that's not true. That's not going to happen. Oh, the Jay-Z got money. Diddy got money. They're not going to do. And what happened? A couple of months after Diddy fell, Jay-Z was hit with a case. Jay-Z's case is still out there. Okay? I told you guys, when I do my fucking topics, when I talk my shit, I talk it because I have actual factual proof. Y'all never wanted to believe me. What? Guess they're holding. I'm not gonna help you no more. But all I can say is, when I tell y'all something, y'all might want to listen to your girl. Because I know what the fuck I'm talking about. Okay? Now, so that's the situation with the whole entire, shout out to my husband. I love you. That's the whole entire situation with Tory Lanez and Miss Megan Thee Stallion. Now, Megan, let me tell you something, girl. Okay? You might want to be careful, Megan. Okay? Now, we know that in the streets, okay, in the streets of Hollywood, there's a lot of people that they fear Megan, and they like, nah, Megan can fuck us up, or all this other bullshit. Let me tell you something, Megan. Okay? Tory Lanez went into prison with that same ass energy. Your money's not gonna help you for shit. Not at all. Your fame, they're not gonna give a fuck who you are. You get stupid in the prison, they finna beat your brakes off of you. Okay? And that's that. That's what I gotta say on that. Now, let's go ahead and get into the meat and potatoes of my fucking topic. Let's get into the main fucking course of everything. All right? Havoc, type from your other one so I can go ahead and give you a wrench. Fucking no me jode más. Now, I know y'all not blind. I know y'all see this papoose and Remy Ma shit all over the fucking place. Okay? It goes to say this. Everybody shouldn't always be so quick to sit there. Original Moon, God bless you, mommy. Listen, I got a fucked up memory, so if I say hi to some of y'all more than once, just go with the flow, because sometimes I forget what the fuck I just said a minute ago. Don't mind me, okay? Now, this is why I'm going to say what I'm going to say. This will teach people not to, I've never been a fan of doing this, but I always see when couples like Remy Ma and Papoose come out, you see people saying couple goals. Oh my God, I want to be like them when I grow up and get married and all this other bullshit. You guys done it with Jay-Z and Beyonce. You guys did it with Diddy and Cassie. Stop being so fucking ignorant. Stop being so much of a simp to sit there and when you see a famous couple on TV, you automatically sit there and say, that's couple goals. Stop saying automatically, I want to be just like them when I grow up and I have my relationship. Stop saying all that dumbass shit. Why? Because look at what the fuck they're going through now. Boston Cuba, what's going on, big bro? Look at what they're going through now. Okay? Cassie and Diddy, Jay-Z and Beyonce, and now Papoose and Remy Ma. Now Remy. I've watched a lot of people, okay? I've watched a lot of people talk about this Papoose and Remy Ma thing. I'm the type of female that I don't always take side of the female just because I have breast and a vagina. I don't do that. Y'all know me. I always go equally parts down the line. Okay? But in this case, I'm sorry. I have no choice but to sit here and say that you did bad, Remy Ma. You did bad, Ma. You really did. Okay? Now, here's the thing. I'm actually going to answer that question in a second, TP Moon. I'm going to show you something. When Papoose and Remy Ma started on Love and Hip Hop, I started immediately to dissect their relationship because of the fact that they were live, they were putting their business out there for the public to see. Once you go on these shows like that, you know, once you go on shows like Love and Hip Hop, once you go, I miss this. I miss this. When I'm live, my husband texts me cute things. I miss that. Um, Once you go live on something like Love and Hip Hop, you can't tell people mind your business. You don't know me. Stay out my business. Whatever the case is, you can't do that for the simple fact that you're publicly displaying your life to an extent. Yes, they are, Dusty. They are. You're publicly displaying your life to an extent. Okay? Now, here's the thing. Okay? We've watched, as kids into adults, we've watched their journey. We watched when Remy Ma was just starting out. You know, we watched when Remy Ma had her first child. We watched the unveiling of Remy and Pap. We watched when Remy Ma went to prison for the case. And we also watched how Papoose held her down that entire time. Now, when they started on Love and Hip Hop, their whole entire Black love thing didn't really seem legit to me. It seemed like this is very falsified. You know, it seemed like this is something that they were just doing for the cameras. Do I think that Pap was really in love? Yes, I do think that Pap was really in love with Rem. Um, but, and this is the mistake that I think Papoose made. And you guys, anybody who knows me knows I've talked about this. I've talked about this numerous times. I think that Papoose fell in love with the perception of what could become of Remy Ma. I think Papoose thought that once Remy Ma came home from prison, it was going to be, you know, married husband and wife, children, you know, a cat and a dog and a picket fence, living a happy, you know, sadiddy life or whatever the case is. And I think that when Remy was preparing herself to come out, she was ready to jump back into that lifestyle that she missed all those years. So, yes, I do applaud and I do commend and I do respect Papoose for holding Remy down all those years. But deep down inside, I think that Papoose fell in love with the perception of what Remy Ma could be. Okay? And so everybody fell in love with the Black love couple, Papoose and Remy Ma. You know, there was one episode in particular. It was after the wedding, and I remember they were sitting at the table, and Papoose said, "It's my turn now. You know that, right?" And she was like, "What you mean?" And he goes, I told you, I'll give you the wedding of your dreams. I'll give you anything that you want. I'll let you work on your records. I'll let you make your albums. I'll let you live the life for a minute. Now I want my golden child. I want my daughter. I want my son. I want a child from you. And the look on her face was like, this nigga just said this shit on fucking air and I'm going to have to act it off. She didn't give that, like, yeah, I want to have a kid with you. She didn't give that, I'm so fucking in love that I want to have a child with this man. She gave that, damn, now I feel pressured. I feel like I owe this man and I'm going to have to give him this kid. You know what I'm saying? And it's fucked up. It's fucked up, A lot of people were saying that they think that Papoose pressured Remy into doing what she did. They say that, Papoose was forcing her into a lot of things. I personally think that Remy Ma at some point felt pressured into doing a lot of things that she did in the marriage. But that's fucked up on your part as well. Because if you guys remember, Papoose and Remy lost the first child. Okay. They lost the first child. And I would never wish that. My heart goes out to them on that. I would never wish that upon anybody. Me, myself personally, I've lost 2 daughters, so I know what that hurt can do. But okay, storyline passed. They had, Reminisce, Mackenzie. They had the golden child, and this, that, and the third, and stuff like that. And things just kept changing. Things changed, you know. Remy Ma has always been the hood chick. She's always been that. You know what I'm saying? Remy Ma's always been the I'll smack a bitch type of chick. Say something to me sideways and I'ma smack you. She's always been that. So we're not gonna act like this is all brand new. The hood rat chick shit. We're not gonna act like this is just now happening. You know what I'm saying? It's always been who Remy was, but it's also who Pap chose to accept. So, unfortunately, me personally, as a woman, I can't be the type to sit here and be like, I'm a woman. I gotta agree with Remy. I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to sit here and throw all the blame on Remy. I'm not going to sit here and throw all the blame on Pap. Why? Here's why. We don't fucking know. We don't fucking know. There's his version, there's her version, and then there's the truth. And that's the one that we're never going to fucking know. Okay? We're never going to know the truth. You know who knows the truth? Up there. That's who knows the truth. Okay? That's who. Nobody else knows the fucking truth. And sometimes people don't understand that, yeah, we know what's going on, but we only know what they allow us to see. Everybody can sit there and say Remy Ma's the victim because Remy Ma's only showing us what she wants us to see. We can sit there and say Papoose is the victim. We don't know that because Papoose is only showing us what he wants us to see. But I will say this. I am a very good reader of people. And I will say this much. Remy did bad. Remy did bad. You cheated on Papoose with the help. You cheated on Papoose with Easy the Block Captain. You downgraded. You downgraded. Papoose went from dating and marrying one of the best female, and I said one of the, I didn't say the best, I said one of the best female rap artists out. separated from you. Now he's with that Clarissa Boxer chick. He upgraded. You downgraded. Okay? I've seen a lot of females sit there and say, nah, she spoke her truth. She got sick of his shit and this, that, and the third, and blah, 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 blah. And he this and he that. Y'all only doing that because y'all want to be those type of females that females can't do no wrong. That's a fucking fact. A falsified, not even a fact. Okay? You can't sit there and say that she can't do no wrong because she's a female. You can't say that. Okay? A, you cheated on your husband that was down for you the whole time that you was in prison with the help. You cheated on him with easy to block happen. Okay? You started spending more time with him and you started spending less time with Kenzie. Okay? And you can't say that that's a lie. Okay? I seen one person, shout out to You Tried It. I seen You Tried It say that she saw Remy Ma post a video where she was with Reminisce Mackenzie on Christmas. She showed an old video. She showed an old video. Okay? Papoose had Reminisce Mackenzie for Christmas. You did Instagram, Snapchat, all types of videos where you were with Easy on Christmas. Okay? There's a lot of things that Remy has said and done that she's posted and then turned right around and deleted. She's a post and delete person. She'll sit there and say some fucked up shit, then turn right around and delete it. So nobody can say, oh, we got evidence that she did that. Papoose will sit there and say what he said and he'll leave that shit right there. Go down his storyline and you will see that everything is there. Nothing was deleted. Okay? Now, to answer Titi Moon's question, Papoose, you're not going to be able to see this. I know it's too small for y'all. Here it is right here. I'm trying to see if I can make it bigger for y'all. No, I can't. Can I? No, I can't. Papoose on, what does it say right there? It says May 22nd. Okay? May 22nd is when he submitted for the divorce. Okay? He submitted for the divorce May 22nd. Remy Ma has not signed the court papers, but yet she's sitting there telling people that she is the one that filed for divorce. Now, Papoose, little word of advice. When you go to scratch something out, make sure you scratch it out real good. I still read your name, my guy. Okay? Papoose was the one that filed for divorce. It's right there in black and white. Papoose had his fucking receipts. So you can't sit there and tell people he ain't signed the papers. I filed for divorce when the papers are right there. He filed for divorce. Okay? Then you sit there and you talk about how Papoose needs to keep Clarissa on a leash, that she's been talking back. I seen some guy today sit there and say that Clarissa was the one starting with Remy Ma, that she keeps mentioning Remy Ma. Always has Remy Ma's name in her mouth and all this other bullshit. Let me tell you something. Remy Ma was the first one that started hating on Clarissa. Why? Because Remy Ma, the Papoose, was going to sit there and be like the good little puppy and patiently wait for her until she was done with her new boy toy and come back to him. He showed you this time. Fuck around and find out. I'm finna show you this time. I'm moving on. Okay? I am now the one that is going to move on. And he did. You didn't like that. So you started with the hate and slander, talking about that you'll put your hands on her, you'll fuck her up, you'll, mop the streets with her, you'll all types of shit. Shorty, I've seen her box. Don't do that. Don't do that. She will box your head off your shoulders. I've seen her training sessions with Pap. Okay, she will put them paws on you. Okay, now you get upset when Clarissa mentions your name, but you don't put a leash on your little bow wow of a dog, easy to block captain, from running his fucking mouth when you're talking and he's in the background saying shit. You're posting videos talking about this is really why Pap is mad, and you're posting videos where you laid up where we're easy to block, y'all out, y'all doing this, y'all doing that. You're proving his fucking point every time. Now, he did clarify and say that the reason he put his hands and he knocked Easy out was not because of the fact that he slept with Remy Ma. It was because of the fact that he shook Papoose hand and then he slept with Remy Ma. That's why he hit him. Okay? After there was a certain event that went down. There was a certain rap battle event that went down. Remy Ma was supposed to stop dealing with Easy to Block. She chose not to. She chose not to. So, how you gonna get mad at anything now? How? You can't sit there and go on fucking live and tell people, oh, y'all need to mind your fucking business, this, that, and the third. So you brought us the business. You went live and started putting everything out there. You went live looking like a fucking hood rat, running your mouth. We didn't call you up and be like, yo, Rem, what's the tea on you and Pap? You did that, shorty. So how you gonna tell the viewers to mind their business? That's gonna make us look at you
Who
like,
the fuck you think you talking to?
hmm? Who you talking to, Remy? You brought us your business. You can't tell us to mind our business. We ain't asked you to bring us into your home. You brought us into your home. So now, because people have an opinion of what you and Pep, and then you sit there and you contradicted yourself. You made yourself look dumb as shit. You went live and you sat there and you said, I'm a private person. I'm not the type of person that likes to do all of this stuff. But you've been publicizing your whole situation with Pep. So how are you private? How are you telling people that you're a private person and that this is taking a lot out of you? But you're the one that started the ball on going live and airing out your business. Come on now.
Ay, mi madre.
What's really going on, Remy? Now, Papoose claims that he wrote 90% of Remy's raps. I'm not going to say that 90%. We're not going to act like Remy Ma's not a dope artist. You know, we're not going to say that Remy Ma hasn't put in the work. We all know Remy Ma is a dope ass lyricist. She's a dope ass MC. She does the fucking battle rap thing. Remy's Remy. You know what I'm saying? Um, Now, I did see a comment today that said, if Papoose was so talented like he claims to be, why he ain't do his own shit? Let's not play with Papoose's name neither, though. Let's not act like, you know, let's not act like Papoose don't be out here putting shit out there. Let's not act like Papoose wasn't the one that sat there and spit a bar for every fucking letter of the alphabet backwards. Let's not act like that. Let's not act like Pap wasn't spitting on the fucking the Busta Rhymes fucking track. Let's not act like Pap ain't put shit out there. You know what I'm saying? Now, do I think that Pap should have sat there and said, I'm the one that wrote 90% of her rhymes? I think that was throwing a shot. But at the same time, I also believe that Papoose got sick and tired of Remy running her mouth and making false accusations, you know, and slandering the shit out of his name on things that she's proven have been lies in itself. You know what I'm saying? Do I think that it was 90% of her rhymes that he has written? No, I don't think it was 90% of her rhymes. You know, maybe a good 55, maybe 60% of her rhymes, you know, come from Pap. But I don't believe that it's 90. But we're not going to act like Pap is not a talented nigga. Okay? Shout out to Pap.
Big shout out to the New York Knicks. It's playoff time, baby. Right now, I'm about to salute some of the great players from the Knicks, from the past and the present, restoring the feeling in the city. Let's go Knicks. Pay close attention.
Break it down.
Julius Randle, respect he deserve it. Last Julius we seen this good was Julius Serving. Barrett been on his toes. Give him his flowers while he's alive. Somebody bring Derrick a rose. Carmelo Anthony, that boy had a gift. And JR used to be shooting like he had a Smith. Allen ain't from Houston, but he shot like a rocket. When Anthony brought his mace in, the competition got blinded. Bernard was a king, so was Larry Johnson. John Starks dunked on Jordan in the Garden. Willis read the defense repeatedly. Hat trick, Ewing back you down in the post. That was Patrick. I say Frazier, I ain't talking Joe the boxer. Walt Frazier, the legendary Knickerbocker, Earl of Pearl Monroe. His game was timeless. Stephon Marbury was Coney Island's finest. Amari was a star they admired. Mark Jackson and Oakley was on fire. Think quickly against Sprewell or get choked quick. I got 3 words for you. Let's go Knicks. Salute William Wesley, what he doing, I like it. Stephen A. Smith predicted it, he's a psychic. We here now, New York never quit. I got 3 words for you. Let's go Knicks. Let's go Knicks.
Okay? So we not gonna act like Papoose don't do the thing. Papoose does this. Okay? But y'all also need to remember, and Remy Ma admitted this herself, Papoose took a backseat and left his rap career to help Remy Ma focus on hers. This is something that he admitted himself. Okay? This is something he admitted himself. He took a backseat in his career. He was still dibbling and dabbling and shit, you know, and he was still working on a lot of things. But he did a lot of what he did to help Remy Ma out with her career. Okay? So, now, what's good, Havoc?
Okay.
What?
You sleeping?
No, what?
Yeah, you are, nigga.
Oh, should have known that.
Yeah, you are, nigga.
Hold on.
All right, so
Yo, you niggas talking shit. Got a lot to say on the gram, the YouTube. You know what I say though? Ya niggas toto, yo, shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. Ya niggas toto, yo, shut the fuck up. Niggas talk shit, they don't even pop. I spill your whole shit, they gon' need a mop. You niggas mad puss, probably got the wop. I hit them up, I think I'm fucking pop. From the Bronx like a mud hubber. Straight gutter, hot piece of butter. Puerto Rock brother that'll eat your mother. Get mad, call dad, you gon' need each other. My flow lethal. weapon. I'm D Glover, meat lover. Niggas talk like you all that, it's all cap. You don't bust gas, niggas all rap. I'm more fact, check the rap sheet. Niggas saw that I smack them with the Mac 4 rack, nigga 4 back. Don't press your luck. I'm from the slums, son, and my gun go buck. Y'all niggas talk shit, I'm like so fucking what? You puss. Yo, shut the fuck up. 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 Y'all niggas toto, yo, shut the fuck up. I'm hotter than the sun, nigga. Bust your guns, my love, son. I'm big pun, nigga. See me with the Glock 4 out. You run, nigga. This for those yapping the gums, niggas. You dumb, nigga. Nigga, you stupid, my record ruthless. I bang on some snow shit. Don't make me prove it. Look at your life, nigga, useless. You ain't bout shit, I get the laugh when the two spit. I do this. Every bar is a felony. Go hard like dog in the yard, this pit energy. I bite, grip, shake, and chew through each enemy. Don't want a nigga, let it be, ain't shit niggas telling me. So shut the fuck up, I'm all the way up, I'm an astronaut. Niggas talk shit, that's the life of a butt. I'm like, so what, nigga? Shut the fuck up. 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 Ya niggas toto, yo, shut the fuck up. 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 Ya niggas toto, yo, shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up.
Decide to have your children.
You're muted. You're muted. Oh shit. It's your boy. What's going on? They just threw me up here. What's poppin'? Y'all already know, yo, what's poppin', people, what it is. We up in here, yo. I told you that shit was a fire ass fucking show. Tell you, man, that shit was fire, bro. Y'all niggas need to stop playing, man. All that shit is wild, bro. I told y'all, man. Whenever you need any information, anything that has to do, you need to come on over here, man. We got it all, man. Stop playing around, bro. We on some shit here. Let's get it. Matter of fact, let me drop the link. Let's get the members of the Rico squad. Y'all already know Big Irv on the motherfucker whole set, on Henny, everybody. Let's get the whole fucking click up here. Open panel. Y'all already know we're going to keep it going.
All right, how about now? Is it working now?
Yeah, now you're working.
Okay. So that's my input, you know, with the whole entire thing. You know, there's a lot of things that have been said and done. If you ask me, you know, I honestly think that in all reality, I have to agree with something that Payne said earlier. I think they both need to stay off the internet. I think they both need to stop putting their business out there. I think they both need to sit there and kind of look at everything and be like, yo, at the end of the day, we have a daughter. We don't want her to go back to the internet and be like, you know what? This is the memory I have of mommy and daddy. Mommy and daddy sitting there airing out their dirty laundry for the world to see. That's one thing that's not being thought of right now. They're not thinking about, you know, Mackenzie. What about the baby? She's going to sit there and she's going to go back and she's going to look at things when she grows up and she's going to be like, damn, when I get into a relationship or a marriage, I can go and I can air out my laundry, my personal laundry with my partner, because that's what mommy and daddy showed me. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I think y'all both need to stay off the internet. Y'all need to stop putting your business out there. You know, Pap, if you see that she goes live and she starts going off the mouth and saying stuff, just ignore her. Let her character speak for herself. Okay? If you see if you see that Pap is saying something or Clarissa is saying something, don't answer each other. Just shut the fuck up. Both of y'all, shut the fuck up. Okay? Because y'all asses is showing. Okay? Y'all not looking like two consenting adults that are sitting there going through something and then saying, well, we have our daughter to think about. Y'all not thinking about her right now. Y'all honestly is not thinking about her at the moment when y'all sitting there airing each other's laundry on the internet. Now, I will salute Pat for one thing that he said. Pat did say that at the end of the day, y'all need to remember they may be celebrities, but they're human beings. They go through shit in real life just like we do. They put pants on one leg at a time, just like we do. So y'all don't have to sit there and just be like, oh my God, they're stars, they're this, they're that. They're fucking human beings just like you and me. Human beings like you and me. They go through life problems. They go through all types of stuff, just like you and me. So whenever you see a fucking couple out there and you see a Jay-Z and Beyonce, you see a Papoose and a Remy, you see a Kanye and a Kim Kardashian, you see any fucking famous couple, stop sitting there and saying couple goals. I want to be like them. I this and I that. I look up. Stop. Because at the end of the day, when those cameras are off and the doors are closed, they're going through just as much fucking problems as the rest of us. Some maybe even more than others. You know what I'm saying? So, with that being said, I don't know about Havoc. I don't know if Havoc is going live again after this or whatever the case is. Y'all know me. I don't like to do long ass lives. I used to do them. That's just not for me no more. I have something called a life. So with that being said, I am TALK.YOUR.ISH.JESS. I bring you the celebrity news. Okay, not the celebrity gossip. Gossip is non-factual shit. I bring you guys celebrity news. Okay? And I only come live when I see that it is fit. This was something that needed to be spoken on and said. Okay? So, Havoc, you got Big Irv saying go live. Whatever. You guys go ahead, do what y'all gotta do. But yes, Titi Moon, social media is normalizing people putting their entire lives out. Listen, let me tell you something. I have one saying that I have always stuck with. I always tell people, you don't know me. You only know what I allow you to know. Okay? So with that being said, I'm TALK.YOUR.ISH.JESS. Shout out to the entire motherfucking Rico squad. Shout out to the newcomers, Bag of Chips. Good to see you. Titi Moon, always good to see you. Shout out to Gemma, my beautiful bucket of peaches. Shout out to the king of the Rico squad, Pain. Shout out to my husband. I love you. Shout out to the Queen Wolf. Shout out to Havoc for coming up here. Shout out to the big bro Hacks, the big bro Irv, our Hennies. I don't know where the fuck you went. And shout out to my favorite grandpa, Old Dusty Puerto Rican. Shout out to Quick Vic for pulling up. And shout out to Cuba del Bronx and the big bro Boston, Cuba. Shout out to all of y'all. I will see you guys over at Havoc's channel. So with that being said, TALK.YOUR.ISH.JESS. I said what the fuck I said unapologetically.
In my life and my career, like I want to do things with like-minded people.
Of course.
I don't want to. You know, it's hard with the culture when you try to do a show about the culture that you care so deeply about. I've always tried to carry myself with integrity and make sure the things I do. And if I bring an artist into something, I want them to know they feel safe. Sometimes when you go on a platform and you can't control everything, that's challenging, right? So I bring people into this home and I don't control the edit. That's hard for me as somebody who's always had so much control. So anything I do moving forward, it's like either I can all the way be in control from the beginning to the end, or I don't really want to do it.
Yo,